sometimes there's two options. It's either be a married single mom or a single mom. And I bet you that while you're a single mom, you'll have a lot less on your plate. Okay? When you are a married single mom and the entire household is on you, right? You never get to clock out. Dad's over there like, oh, I worked all day. Oh, you poor thing. Did you get to go and get your hair cut on your lunch break? Did you get to eat your lunch by yourself? Did you get to go to the bathroom without anybody playing with your toes? Oh, you poor thing. You had to go to work. Me. Would you be working if you didn't have a family? Would you be working if you, like, what the, I'm so sick of hearing that, okay? Because that man would have the same mouth to feed, the same things to do at home that you're doing all the time, the same bills to pay if you weren't there. So yeah, maybe a little bit more, okay? A little bit more financial burden of like having a family, because that's what he signed up for. And you know what you signed up for? Literally giving your body, like your health, your life, your mental load. The happiest people are divorced women and married men. The people that live the longest, married men and single women. And there is a reason for that. So just know, like, when you are, your mental load is so strong, you feel invisible in your own house. You feel like you are doing fucking everything, that they can go to work, clock in, clock out, and when they come home, they're done. That is such bullshit. And let me tell you that when you become a single mom, it is so much easier. And I used to think to myself all the time, when I would like beg for help whenever I had the baby. I had the baby and my 2-year-old. And like, it'd be like about like work or whatever. I'm like begging for help because it's 11 o'clock and I still haven't showered or whatever. And in my mind, I kept going, and this is me and I don't care. Oh, you're going to be such a good single dad. You're going to be such a good single dad, because I'm just,
I'm convinced, man. Women just hate men these days. That's all it is, bro. Like, they hate men so bad that they getting on the line trying to brag about being a single mother. You know what I'm saying? The situation she talking about, bro. I remember a long time ago, my uncle, when I was finna first move in with a woman, he told me, he said, "You finna move in with?" And I'm looking like, yeah, like this the thing to do. This what I thought it was to do. And he was like, and I'm looking at him like, why you say that? What's wrong with living with a woman? You know what I'm saying? He was like, because she gonna do everything and you ain't gonna do nothing. And I didn't understand what he was saying until I moved in with her, and then I understood it. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing she's saying. The same thing a whole bunch of other women saying, or the way they feel. Like, I do everything. And that's so not true. You know what I'm saying? In relationships, what women got to understand is this: is men have duties and women have duties. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, whatever y'all come up to, now, whatever agreement y'all come up to, because it's gonna be different for every situation. You know what I'm saying? Based on work schedules and different things in y'all relationship, it's gonna be different. So whatever agreement y'all come to, all right, this what my job, this my job. You know what I'm saying, or whatever. You know, and if you doing a little more, so be it. If I'm doing a little more, so be it. But I don't see a lot of men getting online saying I do so much more than what she do. You know what I'm saying? I do so much more than what she do, so it's better for me to be alone. You know how many men to be on their own if men really thought like that? If men really say, you know what? Everything she doing, I can do for myself. I don't even really need her. It's much easier without taking care of spending money on somebody. It's much easier to spend my money on myself. What if men really thought like that? We need be no relationships. Average relationship that's going on in the world, the man is taking care of the woman. You see what I'm saying? Regardless of which way they look at it. You know what I'm saying? And every woman wants that at some point. They look at, I need to be pampered. I need to be taken care of. You know what I'm saying? You getting online bragging about being a single mother, uh, it says a lot about your character, because now you basically saying that it's better for my child to suffer, you know what I'm saying, than it is for me to suffer a little bit being with a man. And it really ain't suffering when it's just oh, I'm cleaning up. Or I might, like I said, your duties might be a little bit more than his. He still got to go to work every day. You know what I'm saying? You have a roof leak, I'm pretty sure you want him to fix that. Your brakes go out, I'm pretty sure you want that man to fix that. When it's time to take the garbage out, run it to the alley or whatever, I'm pretty sure you want him to do that. When it's time to cut that grass out there, you want that man to do that. When it's time to cut them bushes, you want that man to do that. He got duties, you got duties. And if yours just so happen to be cleaning and cooking, it just is what it is. What's wrong with that? Everybody act like they just don't want to do nothing else but sit at the house and chill. No, man, everything it comes with something. You know what I'm saying? So don't get online and brag about families not being together. To me, that's a sign of a devil, bro. Like, that's evil. Bragging about a family not being together. It's good that the mom and father ain't together. Thank God. What is we doing? I can see if he was an abusive man, if he beat you, he torturing you. Yeah, it's way better for y'all not to be together. But it ain't better for y'all not to be together just because you got to cook and clean all the time. That ain't better for the child not be with his father and his mother together. I don't know what women came up with that conclusion at. It's called being selfish, like I said before. But let's see what else she got to say in this video, bro.
It's like, why am I doing everything? Why am I a single mom? Why am I a single mom and I'm not a single mom? Like, what the fuck is the point? I'm like, at this point, if I left and I was doing the same thing, yes, it would be hard, but I wouldn't have so much resentment behind it. So it wouldn't make me as angry, right? Like, if I was doing it by myself, it's hard, but you just do it. You know, you just do it. You're a mom. You're a parent. You just do it. You just figure it out. But doing it by yourself when someone is legit right there is so infuriating, because it's just like, what the fuck? Like, we both decided to have a baby, you know? Like, so just now, like, when you finally leave, I think the only thing that I've seen multiple times in comments, and like I understand myself, right, is the financial part. Because if you were at home with your kids 24/7 and you were doing everything, you did everything. You were the CEO of that household. You were the CEO of your freaking relationship. Meanwhile, they're running off like they're freaking 21 years old, texting who knows what. And if you've ever gone through that phone and actually seen them be thirsty and then not get a response, that's even more fucking embarrassing. I'm like, ew, I'm with that. That's disgusting. But anyways, like, they're going and acting like they never had a family, right? Like, there's a lot of men that want to be, they want a wife and they want a family, but they don't want to be a husband or a father, right? There's a difference. They might go hand in hand, but it's completely different. They want a wife and they want a family, but they don't want to be a husband or a father. There's a difference, okay? And that means, like, yeah, the title, okay, maybe they want the title because a woman, you know, makes him a higher up person in society, right? Like, when he's a husband and a father, he has those things, right? He obtained those things. But you have to do the things that you need to do in order to, like, have that title. You're not just going to have a title of a company and not run the fucking company. You know what I mean? So just now, like, with a mom, like, you feel like you're not even allowed to sit down unless you're sick. And then we don't even know when we're sick because we're too busy to be sick, right? Have you ever seen a man have a cold?
Okay, I'm lost. She said that, you know what I'm saying, a man wants to be a husband but don't want I'm lost on that. What do that even mean? You didn't give no description on what you're trying to explain. Like, no, bro, that ain't, that sound like women. Women usually want to be a wife and don't want the duties that come along with being a wife. That don't sound like no husband, because other than that, you're dealing with a bum. Because the duties of a husband, the first duties I know, you know what I'm saying? Everybody got their own little individuals, but it's to protect, to provide, right? If he ain't providing, then you with the wrong man. If he ain't trying to protect you, you with the wrong man. Sorry you chose the wrong guy, but that ain't men overall. I know a whole bunch of guys, they do the same thing. They're going to protect and provide regardless of what else come with, you know what I'm saying, they different personalities or whatever, but that protect and provide going to just about be there with any man that got somewhat sense about the way family goes. I'm gonna take care of my family, and that ain't even nothing he gonna dwell on. He ain't finna think twice about it. This ain't nothing that's gonna be hard for him to do. Like, man, I don't know, this man is finna be. No, dudes just do it off instinct. Weak. Man, that's what I gotta do. That's what came along with it. All right, I gotta operate like that. I know so many guys like that, so I don't know where she get that from, bro. Like I said, that sound like women, bro. You know what I'm saying? We operate accordingly. Now, as far as the other thing, if she want him to do what you was talking about at first, you got to maintain the house and cook and cook. If you want a man to do all that, like I said, that's like each individual relationship. You know what I'm saying? I know men that work and come home. I ain't gonna say they gonna do all of the cooking and clean, but they do help their wife cook. They clean. I know men that do this all the time. I don't see a bunch of women out there barbecuing. So men do some cooking, right? We got to agree to that. And I'm pretty sure some are married. You know what I'm saying? The ones you see doing that. So men gonna do some cooking. And I'm pretty sure they gonna clean here and there too to help their wife out. These women get online, bro. A lot of them be bitter because most of their relationships didn't work out. So what they try to do is advertise being single. Uh, Ain't nothing wrong with it, but when you got kids that's involved, things get a lot more strenuous. They get a lot harder than what they would be if you had help. You see what I'm saying? Because what she ain't talking about is this. Kids get to a certain age and They want to do different activities. They might want to play sports or go do these things, things of that nature, right? And if I'm at work, I can't be over here taking my kid to do these things. Somebody got to make some sacrifices somewhere. You see what I'm saying? And that's just how life goes. Even if a man is involved, you know what I'm saying? Let's say if you did have a man there with you, either he got to sacrifice or you got to sacrifice. Most of the time, the women gonna say, "No, I'm gonna sacrifice mine. I don't want to be the one saying, hey, sacrifice your job and then go play soccer dad and take the kids to all the, sports events or wherever they need to go. I'd rather do that. I'd rather be the mom to do that, and then you sit back, go make the money, and make sure we all taken care of. That's how it always be. You know what I'm saying? It ain't never the other way around, and just it's. And I ain't talking about 100% because you got to go, I know one person. No, I ain't talking about that. We talking about overall, bro. You know what I'm saying? And it's just how it goes. So, bottom line is this, bro. Kids gonna always be better off with their mother and their father. And I'm talking about together. Overall, yeah, we get that. Sometimes it's better. It's for them to split. Sometimes it's better. You talking about a slim 1 to 2% chance. 98, 99% of the time, bro, it's going to always be better for that child to be in the household, growing up, healthy mindset, mental, all that, with his mother and his father in the same household. Game going to be the game.